What's going on, everybody? No Life Wood here, and it's been a while since I uploaded a video. And this is not because I've died or because I've gone out of town, but because I've fallen prey to an addiction. And that addiction is the addiction to trash can Roblox games that I can't stop playing. But let me explain how this happened. So I was doom scrolling Roblox as I typically do when the platform is this dry, and I had recently watched the Avatar, The Last Airbender. So I was interested in finding a game that could give me the feeling as if I were in the actual cartoon. So I'm going through game after game after game, and that's a lie. I didn't actually go through that many games. In fact, I clicked on the first one, which just happened to be this one, RoBending Online. Now, some of you may have just thrown up in the mouth a little bit because you might have experienced the same thing I experienced, hopping in the game to see the trash can gotcha spin system, going through the tutorial just to see that it was a bandit beater where you go from quest to quest doing slightly different remedial tasks. But what you might not have noticed is something that only somebody who's played for hours and hours on end can tell you about the game. And that is that you were right. The game is just as bad as you would think it would be, but for some reason I can't stop playing. Now look, right? I was giving it a chance. I was doing a few quests and I was killing a few bandits. And when that happened, some interesting things started to happen. Some bosses started to spawn in, bosses that were mechanically interesting to fight. Some events were starting to happen, like the Sozin's Comet from the anime, where firebenders happen to have 4 times the power, or the lunar eclipse from the anime, where waterbenders can't bend at all. And as somebody who had just gotten off a month-long marathon of anime Last Trash and Tales of Terrible, I am interested in games that can come up with, or not come up with, but implement features like this into the game and take creative risks. Not every Avatar game does things like this, so my interest was piqued and I continued. Little did I know what I was truly in for. Except I knew exactly what I was in for because the game continued the way that you thought it would. It was just going from quest to quest to quest, bandit beating and bandit beating. But the worst part about it that you wouldn't even know unless you played in as far as I did is that this game has the same type of questing system as Dragon Ball Z Final Stand, which means you're going around doing one-time quests and daily quests that ultimately don't give you nearly enough XP to get to the next area in the game, meaning you're going to have to grind bandits for the XP that they drop solely without quests. Now, if I had any sense left in me as a human being, this would have been the point where I stopped. But it was too late to stop, so I kept going and I kept grinding and I kept beating up the same bandits over and over again until I could reach the next area. And you know what I found in the next area? The exact same thing. And then I was done. But then I wasn't. But then I came back to the bandits, to the game, and for some reason I still felt a reason to play. The game has versatility in the elements that you can pick from. The game has subclasses that are genuinely interesting. The game has a bunch of different techniques and styles that you can do for your bending to switch up your gameplay. Although the progression is fairly linear for each class that you pick, it was the community of the game that kept me going. You see, there is a rating system in the game, and the main form of progression in this game is rating. The best way I can describe it is Tournament of Power back in Dragon Ball Z Final Stand, where you queue up and you go through a gauntlet with a team of people, some better, some worse, because the levels are kind of varied. And at the end, you're all fighting for the same reward, so you all find the reason to band together through the bad RNG, through the glitches, through the bugs, and through the enemies. That is what kept me allured to this game. So, what am I yapping about right now? Well, this has just been a long winded explanation to tell you why I haven't been uploading for 4 months. Because I've been playing this trash can avatar game, and for some reason, it's kind of fun. Don't worry, guys. I will be back to uploading content on stuff that actually matters to a human being soon, right after I get burnt out on this game. But until then, you will catch me on RoBenders Online. I hope you guys enjoyed whatever kind of video this was supposed to be, and I'll see you on the next one. Love you guys. Bye.